So let's talk about something a little weird. Chances are you earn more than your parents did at your age. Yeah, even adjusted for inflation. Your paycheck is probably higher, you might have a better education, and your job title definitely sounds fancier. And yet, financially, it just feels tight, right? Not in a catastrophic, the sky is falling kind of way, just quietly uncomfortable. Like you're always treading water, always doing okay, but never really truly getting ahead. So, what is going on here? This is the big question we're going to unpack. It's this feeling that so many of us have, but it's hard to put a finger on exactly why. It's one of the strange, frustrating paradoxes of modern life. And right off the bat, I want to be super clear about something. What you're feeling is 100% real. This isn't some personal failure. It's not a sign that you're just bad with money. There are powerful systemic reasons for this feeling, and honestly, just understanding them is the first huge step to changing the entire game. To really get our heads around this, let's just run the numbers. Let's walk through a totally normal, even kind of responsible financial setup for someone in their late 20s or 30s today. Okay, so let's imagine you're earning a pretty respectable salary, say around $70,000 a year. That sounds great. But after all the taxes, Social Security, and health insurance get taken out, your actual take home pay, the money that hits your bank account, is about $4,200 a month. A solid starting point for sure. Now let's just watch how fast that money vanishes. First up, the biggest chunk, housing. Whether it's rent or a modest mortgage, boom, $1,600 right off the top, gone. Next, you probably need a car to get to work, to live your life. Well, a pretty standard car payment or a lease these days, that'll easily set you back another $450 a month. And of course, that car doesn't just run on hopes and dreams. It needs insurance, gas, and the occasional oil change. So there goes another $250. And then an expense that's way more common for our generation than it was for our parents, student loans. That's a steady $300 drain every single month. We'll also toss in the minimum payments on some credit card debt, which is a super common reality for a lot of people. Let's budget $200 for that. Now for all the modern essentials, right? Your phone, your internet, and that little collection of streaming subscriptions that we all have. That whole bundle adds up to another $180. And finally, you have to actually live. Groceries, toiletries, maybe eating out once in a while. We'll pencil in about $700 for all of that. So after all of that, and let's be real, none of this is reckless spending, it's just the cost of modern life, you are left with about $500 for everything else, for savings, for emergencies, for investing in your future. And this right here, this is the trap. This is why it feels so tight. Which brings us right back to that critical question. If our parents were often making less money, even when you adjust for inflation, how in the world did they seem to have more breathing room? What was so different back then? Well, the answer isn't that they were just more disciplined. It's that the entire economic structure we live in has changed. See, in our parents' world, things were just fundamentally different. Homes were way cheaper relative to what people earned. Cars were something you bought and then held onto for a decade. Today, our world is completely optimized for financing. Everything, and I mean everything, comes with a monthly payment. Let's actually put a name to this thing. Let's call it the monthly payment illusion. This is the absolute core of the problem. Our entire economic system is designed to take huge, scary costs and frame them as small, totally manageable monthly payments. And what that does is it completely masks the true long-term impact on our ability to ever build real wealth. Here's exactly how it works. A $35,000 car, that number feels massive, almost impossible. But when it's framed as just $449 a month, suddenly it feels doable. It feels comfortable. It almost feels responsible. And it's the exact same story with your phone. Almost nobody thinks to themselves, I'm about to spend $1,200 on a new phone. No way. Instead, it's presented as just an extra $45 on your monthly bill. The true hefty cost is totally hidden in plain sight. So what's happened is we've all been subtly conditioned to make this hidden financial mistake. We start judging our financial health by how manageable life feels right now. We start to believe that as long as we can make all our payments, we're winning. But here's the thing. Stability is not the same as progress. They are two totally different things. And the long-term cost of this mindset? Oh, it is staggering. So let's say you save that leftover $500 a month for 10 years. You get to $60,000, which is awesome. But what if you had just made a couple of different choices? Slightly less expensive car, fewer subscriptions, and freed up another 500 a month. Over that same decade, the difference is literally life-altering. You're looking at more than double the savings, opening up completely different futures for you. This all comes down to the question you ask yourself before you buy something. See, the entire system is built to make you ask the comfort question. Can I afford the monthly payment? Crucial shift, the thing that changes everything, is to start asking the freedom question. What does this actually cost me in future options and flexibility? So why is this cycle so incredibly hard to break? Well, there are two really powerful psychological forces working against us. First, there's human adaptation. What was once a luxury, like a brand new car or the latest phone, very, very quickly starts to feel like a necessity. And second, there's social pressure. We spend money to signal to ourselves and to everyone else that we're doing okay, even if that very spending is what's holding us back from achieving true security. The real danger of the monthly payment illusion isn't some sudden financial crash. It's something quieter and honestly a lot more insidious. It's the feeling of being on a financial treadmill. Your income goes up throughout your career, but you never feel any lighter or more free because your payments just rise right along with. So the key takeaway is this. If you feel this way, it is not your fault. You are navigating a sophisticated system that is expertly designed to capture every single dollar of your income and convert it into comfortable monthly payments, not into lasting financial freedom. Just being aware of this system is the first step. It will change how you see every single financial decision you make from now on. So here is the one thing I want you to take away. The next time you think about buying something, big or small, just pause for a second and ask yourself that one question. Is this purchase building a life of temporary comfort, or is it building a future of genuine freedom?